What's up, crew? Fantasy Football Week, number 6. Let's do a quick power rankings here. Apologize, got my notes here. Didn't do much prep work this week, so I think me reading off here is totally acceptable. So let's go ahead and go team number 10 to team number 1. Like I made the mistake last week, only 4 teams are making the playoffs, so some people are kind of make or break weeks if you're in the bottom half of the rankings. All right, let's start with number 10. English. Um, is your enamel getting weak because everybody is shooting it right in your mouth? Let me just say, you need some work to do, buddy. You are struggling hard. And I know you're working the waivers. I know you think you're doing the right moves, but come on. It may be time to look for trades at this point. You're 0-5, and the playoffs are almost out of reach. So, appreciate you being in the league. Appreciate your $50, but come on, man. Moving on, number 9, Mike. You're trying hard. I know. I see you on the waiver wire. You're picking up these players, dropping these players. This week you got LaShawn McCoy, Aaron Rodgers, primed for big numbers. So hopefully this is your week. Number 8, Jason. You're so mad you play fantasy football. You're ready to give up on this season. Then what happens this week? Julio Jones out for the year. Are you kidding me right now? But the good news for you is you are 4th in the points scored and 3rd in the points against you. You've had a rough schedule so far, and I think there may be a turnaround once you start facing these weaker teams. You're not out of it. I actually like your team, and I think better days are ahead of you. And we move on to Keith. Good team name change this week. You changed your team name to the Denver Broncos. Why? Because you have Julius Thomas, Peyton Manning, Knowshon Moreno. Who'd you pick up this week? Ronnie Hillman. As long as the Broncos continue the success that they've had, you're in a good position. You may only be 2-3. I think that's your record. But if they continue to play the way they have been playing, you should see yourself rise through the rankings over the next several weeks. And I like where you're headed. Hopefully not too high because you are a threat. All right, number 6, Daniel. Great squad. Last week, kind of a miss with Tony Romo on your bench when he scored, 50 points. But no worries this week. Michael Vick is injured. He won't be playing. You're forced to play Tony Romo, and that should get you some points. You're playing me, though. And I've shown I'm a top 3 team in this league right now. This is probably the game of the week. We have a really good matchup, and I'm excited for it. So we'll see what happens. Teddy D, living the dream. You're up and coming. You got Jeff this week. He's coming off a solid 53 points. And I think you should mop the floor with him this week. And Ted, your team's in good shape. I know we talked about a blockbuster trade that involved 9 players, but nothing ever happened with that. So we'll go another week. Once you get this win on Jeff, hell, number 5 in the rankings, you're still in playoff contention, so why shake things up? I don't know. Jeffrey, man, 54.9 points last week. You should be ashamed of yourself. But on paper, your team is really good. You have a good record as well. So there's not too much to worry about. Maybe it was just a bad week, or maybe it's a trend that's going to continue. You may have to wait it out a few weeks to see really where your team's at, and if you need to trade some pieces, or Tom Brady may get some good receivers back here soon, and he develops into a legit 20 to 30 point scorer every week, and you'll be in good position. But let's wait and see. Moving on, Todd. You got a solid squad. Your schedule has been a good mixture of hard and soft, but I think that you will continue to be in the top half of the league, And there's not too much to say about your squad. You're holding your own at this point, and that's just good. Number 2 in the rankings, that's me. Just mopped the floor with Jeff. Uh, Jason has talked to me and said I've had a super easy schedule so far. Yeah, I haven't put up that many points, but people aren't scoring against me. So that cake schedule that he says I have, well, that included you, Jason. So you must be cake as well. But either way, I'm going to take it at 4-1. I still consider myself in the top half of this league the rest of the year. So, we'll see how it plays out. All right, Matt Vince Shuttlecock Taylor. Vince, you kidding me right now? This guy, nobody's scoring on him. He has less than 400 points against him. But in his defense, he scored 578 points. This guy is scoring at a record pace right now. He has nothing to worry about. Nobody's even challenging what he has in his lineup. It's crazy. So Shuttlecock, fake name or not, you're the real deal. So there's your power rankings for week 5. Week 6, there's some very good matchups. I'm hoping the next couple weeks maybe put some parity in the league. We'll see those bottom feeders get a few wins, the top of the pack get a few losses, and hopefully down the way there's some people that are on the bubble but may jump up into those playoff contenders. We'll see what happens. And as far as Jason goes, don't give up the season yet, man. It's a keeper league. Let's do this the next 5 years. We'll see what happens. And I'll see you next week in week 7.